Good morning, welcome to another NY and JPA weather video discussion. It is November 20th, 2 days away from Thanksgiving, and it is currently 8:41 a.m. We are dealing with some rather tranquil and comfortable weather conditions. A couple of clouds here and there, but nothing too crazy at all. Over the northern interior, we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 20s in Poughkeepsie and Messina, or normal cold spots. But otherwise, we're looking at lower to mid 30s over the northern interior, mid to upper 30s along the coast, a few lower 40s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, and over eastern Long Island with the influence of the Atlantic. Generally, we're looking at light and variable winds with high pressure in control. Now, looking at the latest infrared satellite picture, you can see high pressure is pretty much in dominant control throughout much of the northeast and down through the mid-Atlantic. But we do have a weak disturbance trying to move through. This disturbance was once very similar to this cold front, but as these disturbances try to move through these high pressure systems, they tend to collapse and weaken. So what you end up with is a few isolated showers over the Ohio River Valley, transitioning to just a few clouds by the time they reach the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Meanwhile, our rather impressive storm out here in the Atlantic will continue to remain over the Atlantic and continue to fester out here, but will not influence our weather pattern whatsoever throughout the next several days. So if you have any travel plans, going to grandmother's house for Thanksgiving, whether it's in New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Maryland, wherever you're going, is going to be absolutely beautiful over the eastern United States, and really over much of the United States for that matter, with the exception of the Pacific Northwest. Taking a look at the latest water vapor satellite picture, you can see the Pacific Northwest is not exactly having the best week here, as we have a very strong upper level low that is basically driving moisture and disturbance after disturbance into the Pacific Northwest. What that leads to is a progressive weather pattern as these disturbances move right along the Canadian border and right towards the northern mid-Atlantic. By the time they reach us, though, they are much weaker and thus high pressure remains in control. This pattern is also forcing this storm to remain out over the Atlantic as we discussed yesterday. One interesting note to keep an eye on this disturbance, especially towards the latter part of next week. I'm keeping an eye on this because it's a little bit stronger than what the model guidance is suggesting, and subtropical disturbances tend to be a bit of a wild card. So we're going to keep an eye on this and see how it festers along the Gulf Coast over the next 5 to 7 days. Meanwhile, our upper level low will continue to sit and spin over the next few days, but will start to break down as we head in towards this upcoming weekend. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance using the European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website. Starting out for this evening, again, we have this disturbance moving through the northern mid-Atlantic, but with high pressure and control, pretty much no real impact whatsoever. Now notice, all of our cold air is bottled up in Canada, and it's going to remain that way all the way through the Thanksgiving weekend, at least through Friday, should I say. So here we have high pressure and control. We're enjoying the weather. It's very comfortable. Thanksgiving is going to be absolutely beautiful. So if you have any travel plans or you just want to kick back and let the turkey roast, you're going to have excellent weather conditions for Thanksgiving with temperatures in the 50s, no rainfall threat, and probably not even a cloud in the sky for that matter. Meanwhile, here's our upper level low sitting out over portions of the Gulf of Alaska, continue to drive disturbance after disturbance into the Pacific Northwest. Unfortunately, if you're heading out that way, get an umbrella. You're going to need it. By Friday, though, we start to see changes. This starts to weaken. We start to see a ridge build over the west. And notice we're starting to get a deeper trough in the eastern United States. Now, on Friday, I'm still expecting tranquil weather conditions and warm weather conditions at that. So if you're going out shopping, one of those crazy few who are, you will experience temperatures pretty much above normal. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, especially over the metropolitan areas. You move further inland, look for upper 40s to lower 50s, but still relatively comfortable and nice for this time of year. However, by the time we head into Saturday, our cold front moves through, and with it comes the end of the above normal temperatures. Now look, this is an Arctic air mass, but we are falling back to near normal levels. Upper 30s to mid 40s for highs in the afternoon on Saturday and on Sunday. Not much in the way of precipitation here. This is a fast-moving cold front. The biggest deal here is going to be the temperature change as we transition to a much colder weather pattern. Then as we head towards the start of next week, remember what I mentioned about that disturbance sitting out over here. Notice we're starting to get a negative NAO pattern starting to develop here, this ridge building over Greenland. We have a nice upper level low starting to develop around the Canadian Maritimes. Our strong upper level low that was sitting in the Gulf of Alaska is breaking apart. We're starting to get a nice ridge building over the west. Changes are afoot, and believe me, when they start to evolve, you are going to experience one heck of a change in the weather pattern to much colder and potentially much stormier weather conditions on the way. All this cold air, it's heading south. Where? Well, premium members know. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. And if I would be remiss if I did not mention, once again, our winter weather workshop with Storm Surge LLC, again, part of this Storm Surge LLC group here. We're having a winter weather workshop on December 1st. Proceeds go to the Red Cross. First one's at Perkasie, Pennsylvania, December 1st, between 10 and 11:30 a.m. Here is the address right here, 100 North 5th Street. I hope I see you there. And also, we're having another one later on in the afternoon between 3 and 4:30 p.m. in Butler, New Jersey at the Triborough First Aid Squad, 10 High Street, Butler, New Jersey, 07405. Again, $20 if you sign up now, $30 at the door. Proceeds go to the Red Cross for the Sandy relief as we try to help out people who have been impacted by that powerful storm. Again, we'll be talking about winter weather. We'll be answering questions. We'll be providing presentations on what to expect for this winter and why. And of course, hey, I know a lot of people have been asking, hey, Stephen, when are you going to do a seminar? When are you going to, have us come out and meet you? Not that, I don't know, my girlfriend likes to come out and meet me, but if you really do want to come out and meet me and not only, but raise some money for a great cause to help people out there, come on out and have your questions ready. I'll be happy to answer them along with Rob Guerrero and Mike DeFano and John Marshall. We're all going to come out there. We're all going to have a great time and raise some money for a good cause. Have a wonderful day. If I don't see you, have an excellent and festive Thanksgiving. Stay safe out there.